Ooh, what is going on, everybody? We are back. It's your boy Smo, and today going through Pokemon Legends Arceus content because we have got a full revealed everything. Everything's been out. Obviously, my other video was about the leaks and things, but now we've got a list from someone who I'll mention when I get the name up. But they've got all the Pokemon, all the new moves, everything listed down on one document, so it's easy to follow. So we're going to go through that and have a look at all the new stuff that we are so keen. I'm assuming you're keen as well. Assuming that we're all keen for Legends Arceus coming out in less than a week. Comes out in 4 or 5 days for me. So keen this Friday, 28th. Get ready. So we're going to jump in and have a look. So definitely a big shout out to Roy Dadadao. I don't want to mispronounce it. I'm sorry for mispronouncing the name, but they have come up with this list, this spreadsheet of everything we need to know. So we've got all the little tabs down here, and obviously we won't go through all of them because some of them are old moves, which you don't need to worry about too much. Obviously, we could go through everything and have a look what moves aren't in the game and stuff, but we're more focused on the new stuff. So just having a look. No story spoilers, which is good. Avoid the item sheet if you don't want any hints. I already saw one of them accidentally, so I'll let you know when we get to that. So if you don't want to be spoiled for that, because I already saw one thing. So if you don't want to be spoiled for that, I'll let you know in plenty of times. But this is all the data mine, and if there's mistakes, obviously let them know. But Roy Dadao, props to you for getting all this information. So obviously we know that Hisuian, Growlithe, and Arcanine are in the game. We saw that from the leaks. Fire Rock, not a great typing. We're assuming that Growlithe and Arcanine may or may not be in the game. I'm assuming there wouldn't be. But you never know, they could have something where you go to a certain area where it's not Hisuian forms. Obviously Hisuian Voltorb and Electrode as well. Electric Grass, very cool. Quillfish, I think Hisuian Quillfish is very slick. Very different, obviously, Water Poison. Dark Poison's a much better typing. And then it's got an evolution. Quillfish is already an okay Pokemon. Base 440 is not horrendous. 510 is a bit nicer. That's where Gengar's chilling. So Dark Poison, very good. Poison Point, Swift Swim, and Intimidate, all really good abilities. So got decent attack. I'm assuming that's health, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. I'm assuming. So not crazy quick. So same speed as Quillfish, but just a bit more bulk and attack, which is always nice. Hisuian Sneasel looks really cool, I think. I'm not a big fan of Sneasler, honestly. I much prefer Weavile. Poison Touch can be very handy, I think. More attack than Weavile, which is insane. A little bit less speed. Less special attack, which means nothing. And a little bit frailer, surprisingly. Actually, less defense. More health, though. More health than Weavile, but less defenses. So, we're learning a bit more. Obviously, we could have gone through this before in the leaked video, but this is obviously more categorized, so we can actually see it easily. Lilligant, Hisuian form. Hustle is new. Same stats, more offensive. Obviously, being a fighting type, that makes a lot of sense. A bit faster, more offense, less special attack, same bulks, always good. The new Basculin. So we have the original Basculin, you got the white stripe one. So Rattled, I don't know how good that will be. Adaptability is probably the best move for him. And then evolves into a Beefymon. And the female version is more special attack, and the male is more physical attack. Speed's the same, slower than Basculin, which makes sense, I guess, because they are a lot bigger. Probably not going to be as fast as the speedy little Basculin in the water. Decent stats, though. 530 is on par with Empoleon and Pokemon like that, like a lot of the starters, so it's a decent stats. Zorra, I'm playing Hisuian Zoroark on my team no matter what. I know a lot of people are keen as well. I think Normal Ghost is amazing. Illusion, obviously, can be very handy because it's got a lot of resistances and a lot of, like, no effect types. So if you run in and you're a dark type, you're pretending to be a dark type, I should say. Sorry, that was a mouthful to get out. So pretending to be a dark type, or pretending to be a dark type, and they go for a fighting move, it won't hit you, and they'll be like, oh, why aren't I hitting a dark type with a super effective fighting move? And then they'll obviously realize that that's a free turn of no damage and a lot of damage from you because special attack for days, which is pretty good because Zoroark had good special attack and attack, but didn't really have good physical attacking moves other than like Night Slash. So having Zoroark Hisuian more special attack will mean it can probably still learn Dark Pulse. Shadow Ball will be phenomenal. Maybe Hyper Voice, if it learns Hyper Voice, will be really good. So it's going to be, and a little bit faster. So speed ties with Gengar now, so it's not slower than that. So it's in the next speed tier up, which is really, really nice. Hisuian Braviary, special attack, obviously it's a psychic type. You don't really see many physical fighting psychic types except like Medicam, but they're fighting anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Bit slower, a little bit less bulky actually, more health, a lot more special attack obviously, and a lot less attack. But you win some, you lose some. Weirdy, very intimidate, fantastic move. Frisk, okay, Subsipper could be okay in some things, but normal psychic's a pretty unique typing, like a Rangaroo. Slow, high special attack, high attack. average bulk, good HP, which is nice. Decent base stats, same as Torterra. Not a bad mon, we love to see it. Avalok Hisuian, I think, is a great design. Terrible type. Strong Jaw is really good, though. Massive defense, the same. More attack, less special attack, doesn't matter. Less special defense, and more speed. So, could be good, could be bad, we don't know. Sliggoo Hisuian and Goodra Hisuian. Overcoat can be very handy. I think that's actually a really good ability. Spadef's the same, a lot slower, makes a lot of sense. He's a steel type, got a big tail, giving themselves more defense. Less HP for some reason. Less HP, but more defense and less speed. So not much has changed, just more bulky, I guess. More of a bulky dragon in special and physical, rather than just one or the other. Scissor, I'm assuming, is in the game. We don't actually know yet. But obviously we've got Cleaver here as well, who's a little bit more attack, a little bit less defense, a little bit faster, a little bit more frail on the special side. Special attack does not matter to these two Pokemon, but Cleaver's really cool. Tempted to put him on my team. Ursaluna. People were wondering if it was going to be an Ursaring evolution or not, if it was going to be a Teddiursa, like a Hisuian version, but based off the stat increase, I'm assuming it's an evolution, but 140 is very high. Like, Scissor's 130, Ursaring's 130, it's a lot of attack with 130 base health. Very bulky mon. Very slow, low special attack, but decent speed def, it's not bad. 105 defense is good, it's more than Scissor, so very, very bulky. It's got better bulk than a Scissor, which is a bulky Pokemon. So this is going to be a very, very bulky mon. 550 is a great base stat total. Bulletproof, Guts, and Unnerve will be good. So you can't, even if it's a wall, if you got Guts, burning it will do nothing. So it's pretty handy. Normal ground can be good. I wonder why it's ground. Not really sure. But it must be, like, based on just stats alone and ability, it looks really good. All the Hisuian starters obviously will have the same abilities as they did previously. The stats are slightly different though. Typhlosion's pretty much the same. He's a little bit slower, a little bit more special attack, a little bit less HP. Makes sense. Ghosts are normally a bit more frail, so not much has changed there. Samurott is, I guess, what happened to Samurott? He's got more attack than special attack, which makes sense. More of a samurai now, I guess. Less defense and special defense, more speed though. That's a big thing. The speed tier was 70 is not great, 85 is much better, but the cost of some bulk, it may or may not be worth it. Decidueye, more attack, less special attack, doesn't really matter. It could be good. More bulk on the physical side, a little bit less on Spadef, and lower speed, which is unfortunate, but more HP. So gone from a more well-rounded, like bulky attacker to a bit of a slower, more bulky attacker, which is good. I'm thinking of going Samurott. Let me know in the comments who you want to choose as your starter, because there's obviously a lot to go through here. Enamorous, we've seen it. Counter will be good. Healer's always good. Massive stat total, 580. Beautiful stats. Fast, special attack, physical attack. Low HP, especially compared to the others, and actually the same bulk, so not very bulky. Therian, obviously, is the bulky one. Looks like a turtle, so he's very slow. Massive bulk, massive special attack, still huge. Delga Origin. More bulky on the... Yeah, so more bulky, so less physical attack and more special defense, which is actually pretty good because we didn't really use physical attack on Dalgar, it's kind of pointless. And the same with Palkia. Less physical attack, more speed, which is interesting. Speed's actually a cool one. That's actually really cool. Palkia Origin could be a lot better now. We don't really need to go through the learn sets. It goes through the moves, obviously, that every character learns. Please be aware that these move pool are in the game move pool. They may and will be expanded when going to main series games. So it's just the basic ones that we know they're in there. Probably not needed for the whole decks. Move tutors is the same. It goes through every Pokemon. But seeing stuff like Volt Tackle in here is very, very interesting. I love move tutors. They weren't in, what's it called? Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, sorry. They weren't in that. So having move tutors back with this much variety, with the punches, I'm really excited for that. It'll be really cool. There's a lot of Pokemon here that I didn't think they would be in here. The Ninetales. New moves. This is what we want to see. We want to see the new moves. Dire Claw. Lashes out the target with ruinous claws, aiming to land a critical hit. May also leave the target poisoned, paralyzed, or drowsy. So think of Tri-Attack, but weaker, with a high crit chance. Very, very cool. I'm a big fan. We don't know typing yet. I'm assuming it's going to be normal or rock. I'm assuming normal makes a lot of sense, but I wonder if it might be Cleaver's special move. Like physical, like what's it called? Signature move. That's the one. Couldn't get that out. Psy Shield Bash. Cloaking himself in Psychic Energy, the user slams into the target's may also raise. So it's literally Skull Bash, but with the Psychic type. Less damage. 90 accuracy is a pain. Why do they always make physical Psychic moves less accurate? Why is Zen Headbutt and Psy Shield Bash low Razor's uses defense is pretty good, so that will probably be on... I'm trying to think who that could be on. I don't know. Physical psychic attack, I'm not really sure. 10 PP is not much. Power shift swaps his offensive and defensive. That's not new. 101% accuracy, apparently. Stone Axe. So this is obviously Cleaver's signature move, sorry. These are swings at stone axes at the target, aiming to land a crit. Stone Splinters left behind by this attack continue to damage the target for several turns. So it's like Sand Tomb, but a rock type with a high crit chance. So it's pretty much Sand Tomb with a high crit chance. 90% accuracy, classic rock type move. 15 PP, classic. 65 isn't bad. Doesn't get boosted by Technician if he can learn it. And +1 crit's always decent. Mystical Power. Strength itself with Mysterious Power excels in offense. Its offensive stats are raised. Excels in defense. Defensive stats are raised. Pretty interesting. 70% power, 90% accuracy. Probably a fairy type, I'm assuming. Or psychic, one of the two. Mystical Power. Raging Fury. Rampages and spews vicious flames to inflict damage on the target, then becomes fixated on using this move. So, kind of like a Choice Scarf. Or Choice Band, I guess. Inflict damage. I don't know why. I guess it's like Outrage. You kind of like locked into it. I don't know how long. It doesn't say. It confuses you afterwards. Physical 90 attack, 85 accuracy sucks. Looks like we're getting a lot of low accuracy moves. We've got less than 100% for majority. Wave Crash. This is like 33% recoil on a 75% move. That is not okay. Oh, I'm tripping out. I'm thinking all these moves are very weak. But remember, we got the strong and the agile style. So if you give a 120 base move a strong style, that is going to do so much damage. So that's why they're a lot weaker, a lot less accuracies. They're trying to balance out for that strong and agile style. I'm assuming. That's just a wild guess, but hopefully that's right. Chloroblast. Launches its mass chlorophyll to inflict damage on the target. Also damages the user and lowers the action speed. So kind of like Hammer Arm, if it was a little bit stronger and a special move. 95 accuracy is good. 120 is great. Decent move. I like it. Mountain Gale. Hurls giant chunks of ice at the target to inflict damage. May also cause the flinch. So it's just better, stronger Icicle Crash. 30% chance to flinch the same. A little bit less accurate or the same, I think. 5 PP is low, but 100 attack is really good. Victory Dance. Usher of Victory raises offensive and defensive stats. Increase the damage dealt by user's move by 50%. Oh, so +2. Not bad. Love to see it. Headlong Rush. User smashes into the target full body tackle. This also lowers user's defensive stats. So, is that... That seems like it was already a move. It's kind of like Superpower. I think. Yeah. Lowers defensive stats. So, kind of like Superpower if it didn't lower your attack. 100, 100. Probably normal fighting a rock, I'm assuming. Barb Barrage. This is what I'm interested in. This is Quillfish's move. The new Quillfish. Hisuian Quillfish. Toxic countless barbs to inflict damage. May also poison 30%. It's doubled if they have a status. So it's Hex. So it's Venoshock that can poison. Which is pretty good. Because if you keep using it, get the poison, then use it again, it doubles in damage. Which is a lot. There's a lot of moves here. Esper Wing. Slashes the target with aura enriched wings. Also raises user action speed. Has a crit chance as well. Makes sense that it's 90 accuracy because that's really good. Raises speed and a crit chance. 75 damage. That's a really good move. Bitter Malice. Targets with spine chilling resentment. May leave the target with frostbite. That's new. That is a new thing. We'll have a look at it soon. Power is doubled if it has a status condition. So same as the poison one, but frostbite. So I'm assuming it's ice or ghost. I'm not really sure. Shelter makes an iron shield, raising its defense. Incoming moves also become likely to miss. So it raises like your evasiveness and your defense, which is pretty cool. Triple Arrows. User delivers an axe kick, then fires 3 arrows. So I'm assuming that's Decidueye's move. That makes a lot of sense. Bitter Malice might be... Oh no, Infernal Parade. Well, yeah, so these are the special. These are the signature moves for the starter Pokemon. So Triple Arrows, obviously for Decidueye. Raises the chance of future attacks landing crits. So it's like Focus Energy with a move and lowers their defense. Lowers their defenses, increases crit chance. That's a really good move. 100% accuracy. Obviously 50 damage is low, but with an ability like that, that's really good. Infernal Parade, obviously Typhlosion special move. User attacks with a myriad fireballs. Also leave target with a burn. Power is doubled if they have a status. So the same as the Bitter Malice and Barb Barrage, but specifically for Typhlosion. Ceaseless Edge, so obviously I'm assuming for Samurott. User slashes its shell blade at the target, aiming to land a crit. Shell splinters left behind by its attack will continue to damage for several turns. So 65% 65 damage, sorry, is good. The +1 crit makes sense as why it's got 90% accuracy and the continuous damage, which is really cool. Springtide Storm. So we've got all the storms here. So they all do the same thing. So they leave 30% chance to leave their own effect. So burn for obviously fire, for ground apparently. Sand Seer Storm, in fierce winds in hot sand, leaving 30% chance to burn. Wild Bolt Storm, obviously paralysis. Break Wind Storm is frostbite. Springtide. This move's additional effects depends on the user's form. So I'm assuming these are the special moves for the genies. So Enamus, Tornadus, Thunderous, and Landorus. I'm assuming these are special moves for their new form or their forms. 80% accurate sucks. 95 damage is good, especially with the new mechanic, and 30% chance to leave any effect is really good. Luna's Blessing, I'm assuming this is Lunar, the Ursaring Evolution, which seems like a broken move, heals its own status condition, restores 50% HP, and then raises your evasiveness. That move is broken. Competitively, that's OP, that's nuts. 50% healing, status, and evasiveness. That's 3 moves or 2 moves in ability for most Pokemon. That is cooked. How good that is. That's going to get banned immediately. Take Heart. User lifts its spirits, healing its own status condition, raising its offensive and defensive stats. So, I don't know who can learn that, but that's 2 moves in one. Restoring status conditions is aromatherapy or an ability like Natural Cure, but then raising your offensive and defensive stats is also another move, like Coil or something. Like, that's a lot for one move. So, I don't know who learns these. Lunar Blessing, I'm assuming, is Ursaring's Evolution. Take Heart, I don't know. But very, very good moves. Old moves we don't need to see. New mechanics. Obviously, this is what we're talking about. At the end of each turn, the Pokemon is hurt by its Frostbite. Any damage it deals with special moves will also be reduced. This replaces the freeze. So there's no freeze anymore, so it does damage. So instead of stopping them from acting, it does damage instead. And special moves will be reduced. Drowsy. Pokemon will Drowsy fail to act. Any damage it also takes is increased. This replaces sleep. So there's no sleep anymore. So it's only you may miss or may not be able to use your move. And takes... any damage is more increased. Obscured is new. Concealed in mud or the like, raising the chance the Pokemon will evade opponent's move. So it's like it makes sense. It's obscured. It's like when people like hide in the mud and stuff. Very interesting. That's cool. I like it. Primed. Adopted a hard-hitting stance, increasing the damage it deals with its moves. Okay, so like attack raise. Fixated. Fixated on the last move it used, like Encore. Move will deal increased damage while the fixation lasts, but any damage dealt to the fixator. So you take more damage, but you do more damage while you use the one move. Very interesting. High risk, high reward. I like it. Wild Might. All the Pokemon stats are boosted. The Pokemon also takes reduced damage from status conditions and move effects such as... That seems nuts. Who knows this? That must be some crazy legendary ability. That is insane. Terrific Might. Reduced damage from status conditions and move effects such as poisoning. So it goes Terrific Might and then Wild Might. Terrible Might. All the Pokemon stats are boosted. Takes reduced damage from status conditions and move effects such as... So that's the same. So Terrible Might and Wild Might are the same, and Terrific Might's kind of half of both. Very interesting. I like it. Sounds really good. So we've got the snow in the weather, more likely to get Frostbite. Drowsy Pokemon are more likely to fail to act. The speed of Ice-type moves is also boosts. That's really cool. Hail just got way better. Hail might be viable. That's really cool. Hisuian Avalugg coming in. He's going to do some crazy stuff. Miscellaneous. In-game, every move that your Pokemon learns is accessible through a relearning interface. Free and mobile move learner to sum it all up. So like Temtem, if you ever played that or any other games, you can just relearn. You don't need heart scales or anything. So that's pretty cool. So you can just swap out moves whenever you want. Distribution. A Piplup will be distributed on Pokémon Legends Arceus from 5th of February to 24th. With the following moveset: Bubble, Baby Doll Eyes, Roost, and Double Edge. It's okay. Moveset. Decidueye has Aura Sphere? Maybe. Luminion has Roost, and Laponia has Double Edge. Maybe. Possible. These are just little things that they don't know yet. Stealth Rocks has been changed, like I said in the last video. Jagged Splinters. Multiple moves cause this field effect at the end of each turn. The Pokemon is hurt by Jagged Splinters. So we saw just a lot of moves before do that effect. That's what Stealth Rocks does. So it's an effect, like it's a damaging move that now does this. Rain, damage dealt by fire move is reduced. That's normal, but maybe it's more. I don't know. Judgment Arceus Plates. Legend Plate works. So there's a Legend Plate now, which sounds insane. When you use Judgment, Arceus' own type changes to be super effective against the target. Just because, apparently. It also previews the type you'll change into. For example, against the Golem, you can't choose whether you want Grass or Water. It'll probably chooses at random like conversion to. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You can't have the choice. It's supposed to be automatic. Hidden Power. The move changes type to deal super effective damage. 50 battle power, unknown only. Okay, that's really cool. So it's super effective. So now it does 100 instead of 60 or 50 now. Strong sunlight, speed of grass type is boosted. So you don't need chlorophyll, you just speed of grass is boosted in strong sunlight. And then fog, all moves are less accurate, apart from moves that are always sure to hit. That was really cool. The reworks I really like, I'm a big fan. Snow seems really good. And the new statuses are very interesting. I'll say now, just going to have a quick look at some of the items. So if you do want to avoid spoilers from the story, I would skip now. I'll probably say where to. But I don't want to say anything if you don't want to see it. It doesn't say much, but it's something that you may not want to know. So I'm going to go now. So Time Bomb is somehow has the power to calm down Dialga in a frenzy. So we've seen before like the boss battles with Cleaver and stuff, or the adamant Pokemon, the aggro ones. So maybe this is something to do with that. Maybe Dialga and Palkia are boss monsters in like a raid kind of thing. And obviously Mysterious Balm is for Arceus. There's a lot of different things here. I'm not too sure what to go for, but there's a lot. Mesprit's Plume, Azal's Fang, Yuxi's Claw. Don't know what these all do. Not going to go through all of them because there's a lot here. But there's a lot of new items for sure. So I'm very keen to see what they all do. Apricorn stuff. So a lot of it will be crafting things like Pokeballs and whatnot. So most of it will be crafting. But obviously we can see the old Gateau. Not really sure what that does. All of these look like crafting stuff. But these three are the ones that I was most excited for to see what the story will have for it. Shiny forms look fantastic for a lot of the Pokemon. Some of them are okay, some of them are mediocre. That looks so cool. Like, the normal form looks good, but that looks amazing. Braviary looks fantastic. Avalugg looks really cool. Sliggoo, not a great fan. Cleaver's okay. They're not all crazy. Some of them are cool. The white looks cool on Samurott. Dialga and Palkias look interesting. Kept the normal. Not many, but very, very cool. Most of the evolution methods are the same. Leaf Stone for Voltorb though. Strong Barb Barrage 20 times. Razor Claw during the day, not the night. Leaf Stone. Recoil damage. We haven't done all of them unchanged. Black Agurite. Okay, so it's a stone, like the metal coat. So it's like I guess a stone. Use a peat block in Crimson Mirelands during a full moon. Okay, that's a bit specific. We don't know these yet. I'm assuming it's just normal level up. Could be anything else. In-game Pokemon look fantastic in the different areas if they load, but it looks so good. With the shinies as well, fantastic. And the Dex entries we don't need to go for, but last updated today, so this is all the new stuff. So I'm so keen for this game to come out, and I just can't wait to play it because it looks so fun. I'm very excited. Everything looks cool. New mechanics is a big one. New moves, move tutors. I'm just so keen for this game. Hopefully you did enjoy that rundown of all the new stuff, or all the stuff that we do know going into this game. It comes out, like I said, in 4 days, so get excited. And comment down below, I want to know what you guys are most looking forward to. For me, it's definitely the Pokemon and the battling. New moves, definitely trying to build my team, definitely having Hisui and Zoroark no matter what. Keen to see all the legendaries and how the story plays out. Very excited to see what they do with the story, because we don't really know that much about it, other than where we are and we do missions and stuff. But on the legendary side of things, we don't really know what the deal is yet. So I'm keen to see that. But if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe to the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any Legends Arceus content. Going to be uploading on the channel when the game comes out in 4 days. Like I said, get hyped. And as always, take it easy.